What you want to know? All the gossip, shade, and rumors taking over your feed. I'll give it to you. It's time for Jay Blaze's Trending Topics on 101.9 KISS FM.
All right, it's 101.9 KISS FM, your new home of Harvey, hip hop, and R&B. I'm Jay Blaze.
I'm Clark Jones.
And these are your Trending Topics. What you got for me?
Up, let's talk about the 13 kids whose parents were holding them hostage. So they were between the ages of 2 and 29. Their parents are now facing 12 charges of torture, 7 counts of abuse on a dependent adult because some of these kids were adults, 6 counts of child abuse or neglect, 12 counts of false imprisonment. Now, here is the crazy part, okay? When they found these kids, they were padlocked to the bed. They were taunted with food. They were only given small amounts of food once a day for several years to eat. They were never given any water at all. Now, the oldest one was 29, and guess how much he weighed when the police found them?
The 29-year-old?
29. 82 pounds.
Wow.
82 pounds, a 29-year-old. That is how much these kids were malnourished. So it's wild. Right now, both parents have pled guilty, and I don't know how you plead not guilty when we found your kids padlocked to beds and malnourished, but not guilty and being held on $12 million bonds each.
They shouldn't even have a bond.
You're right, they shouldn't. But I don't think they're going to get that.
Play my black card. If they was black, they wouldn't have no bond. no bond.
13 kids. The youngest one was 2 years old, which they're not charging them with torture for that because they said she looked like she had food. She was feeding the baby. Right, they're feeding the baby. Thank God. Now, Monique is boycotting Netflix. She's saying that Netflix is offering her less money than they did to Amy Schumer for her Netflix comedy special. Netflix offered Monique $500,000 while they offered Amy Schumer $11 million. Now, if you ask me, that is a huge gap, especially for someone who has been in the industry. Here's what Monique had to say.
Hey, my loves. I am asking that you stand with me and boycott Netflix for gender bias and color bias. I was offered a $500,000 deal last week to do a comedy special. However, Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle $20 million. Then Amy Schumer went back and renegotiated $2 more million because she said I shouldn't get what the men are getting, they're legends, however I should get more, and Netflix agreed. When we asked Netflix to explain the difference, why the money was so different, they said, well, we believe that's what Monique will bring. We said, well, what about my resume? They said, we don't go off of resumes. Then we asked them, what was it about Amy Schumer? And they said, well, she sold out Madison Square Garden twice, and she had a big movie over the summer. Is that not Amy Schumer's resume? And then Netflix said, by the way, we believe Monique is a legend too. Why shouldn't I get what the legends are getting? Please stand with me in this boycott of Netflix. I love us for real.
Black people ain't boycotting Netflix. Next. Ain't happening.
I don't have cable, so I can't participate. That's the only entertainment I have.
Here's my real simple thing. Keith, did you boycott the NFL? No. Okay.
Okay. Hold on, Keith.
What?
About Monique. Nobody's checking for him right now.
No, that's what I said.
Amy is hot right now. If people got to Netflix is looking at numbers. And if Amy does a special, people are going to either subscribe to Netflix if they don't have it because they want to see the special, or they're going to keep it for the additional month. Nobody's going to do that for Monique.
That's what I thought earlier. It's not about the resume, how the length of the resume is what's on the resume.
I can't even remember the last
I come in the radio station I got a resume this long, and I worked at the Chicken Spot and all these places. But on your resume, you don't have nothing to do with radio. But they did contradict themselves, saying they don't look at resumes. Right. They just didn't word it right. Correct.
Right.
But
we don't look at resumes, but yet you looked at the fact that Amy Schumer put out a movie last year and that she sold out the Madison Square Garden twice. Okay.
And Monique, she does have a special on Netflix, don't she?
Yeah, where she talked to the women in prison. Exactly. Yeah. And I thought that was a pretty dope comedy special. I don't know.
Your pool has to be bigger than black people. Sorry to say. I think that was the biggest thing with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart crossed the lines. So white people love Kevin, black people love Kevin, and I think that's the difference between Kat and Kevin. Kat is hilarious, one of the best comics ever, but Kat just could not seem to break out of the hood and get white people to understand his comedy. I think Kat was just as big and just as funny, but he just couldn't cross over.
And you think that's what we're dealing with now with Amy and Monique?
Yeah. It's just real. White people support their own.
Yeah.
Us black folks, we don't really get on board like that. Like, how many black people got Netflix sharing passwords?
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
This is very true.
Well, white people don't like, that is so wrong. I would never share a password. Well, we like, yo, what's your password? Logging to other people's cable networks and stuff like that. So our numbers are going to be lower.
Yeah.
So where the white people out there supporting Amy and not sharing passwords, the numbers are greater that's watching Amy Schumer. That's her name?
Yeah.
Schumer on Netflix. So the answer to it all is to encourage black folks not to share passwords. So our comedians like Monique, right, to support our people, you know, we got to do. Like, Cat got a special. I wonder how much Cat got paid.
Yeah, that's a good question. Him, D-Ray.
D-Ray had one.
Trevor Noah.
Yeah, Trevor Noah.
Figure out how much these, I guess.
They ain't legends. They ain't Chappelle.
No, they're not. I was trying to figure out what to call them.
You know,
these other comedians.
B-rated comedians.
These other black comedians. Right. What did they get paid?
Yeah.
So.
I'm curious on what D-Ray, you know.
Yeah.
Got paid. And the funny thing about Netflix, they never release numbers.
No.
Like how many
other
people
than
watch.
Bright.
Bright, they did release numbers, but you want to know like how many people really went and watch this special. Oh, and I'm sure that the comics can get it. Like, you know, this many people watch this special, so we're going to give you this much money, you know, for the next one.
Right.
You know, interesting.
Well, I hope Monique gets at least $1 million. $500,000 is a little low for her. I hope she gets a little more. So, but I won't be boycotting. I'm sorry. Kodak Black. Now the SWAT raided his house last night, and if you don't believe me, please hit the website right now and check out the video because it was all on Instagram Live. He answered the door, and I think he said, "What's good, Mr. Officer?" I swear he said something like.
What's good? You going to jail. What's good? That weed in the background was good, wasn't it? Bring your ass with me. But, well, you know, let's play the clip.
Oh, yes.
Here's the clip of Kodak being arrested.
Kodak Black is in trouble with the law again. He was arrested in Broward County, and it was all caught on camera.
His name is Dusan Octave, better known by, of course, his performing name, Kodak Black. And he's being held right now without bond on 7 new felony charges, including probation violation, theft of a firearm, possession of a firearm, grand theft, child neglect. What we're being told, though, in this case, the police report saying that 3 men were in his bathroom. They were on social media broadcasting drug use, showing off weapons around at least 1 child in Kodak Black's Pembroke Pines residence. Police showed up, they conducted a search, they found the weapons, they found marijuana, and then get this, he was already on probation. He's got a lengthy criminal past, including being arrested twice in 2016 in Broward County, arrested in Pompano Beach in 2015 on charges of robbery, false imprisonment. The list goes on and on. He's got a pending sexual misconduct case out of South Carolina. His attorney, though, did not seem very concerned about this latest charge.
I've been working with Mr. Octave over the past 6 months. He's made great strides, and this is, of course, a setback, but we're going to handle it, and we're going to raise the defenses that we need to raise.
All right, let me say something real fast. Kodak Black is signed to Atlantic Records that also has Bruno Mars, Cardi B, Cash Me Outside, and a couple other artists. But the funny thing about this is that the money for that attorney won't come from Kodak Black. It'll come from the label because they're going to want to get him off to recoup the money they've given him.
Is he get offable?
No. Bobby Smurda went down.
Poor
Meek
Bobby.
Mill went down. Kodak Black will be the next person. I ain't going to call him a victim. The next dummy to go down.
And like I said earlier, or we were talking about earlier, he's had execs from his label come and speak on his behalf at his court hearings. And they called him bright, futured young man, all of this. And now you're like knocking all that out of the way for something as
look stupid that stood up for him in court.
As my homeboys in my house showing off guns with my kid here.
And you can get a quote that Queen Latifah gave Tiffany Haddish about people.
Don't let anyone in your house who has nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. When you got a lot to lose, you got to watch your circle. Now, I'll be the first. I was one of them dummies, too. Had the homies around, and they have nothing to lose, but you do. And then they're not going to throw them on TV because they're not popular. They're going to throw you on TV.
Right.
Another thing, too, with social media. Everybody believes once you see Keith Combs post his pic and his weed online, oh, I can do it, too. And then you do it a couple times and nobody kick your door in. It's not that it's okay. It's because the people watching you are building a case. So eventually when they do come kick your door in, they're going to have multiple things of evidence to use against you in court. And for other people that don't understand about the child endangerment thing, a lot of my Negro friends think that I put my weed in the room and put it up. My pistol is on top of the counter. My baby can't get to it. But this is the reality. If the baby is in the same house where you have the weed, where you have the pistol, they're going to call that child endangerment. And I know it sounds harsh when you hear it, because the first thing you think is, oh, he had the baby out on a drive-by.
Right.
He had the baby smoking weed or blowing weed in the baby's face. No, more than likely the weed was put up somewhere, the guns was put up somewhere, but they found them in the same house in which the child dwells. Mm-hmm. And therefore, they put that on you as a case.
Right.
And you know why? That's a huge charge. Because guess what you're going to do? Because that charge is going to scare you. Mm-hmm. So you're going to plead down. Okay, well, I don't want that, so I'll plead reckless endangerment of a kid. And next thing you know, you got this on your jacket, and then you could turn around and you could lose your child.
I told you that happened to Shameless. If y'all don't watch Shameless.
You know. And, you know, I want to say I hope Kodak Black learned from this, but I truly believe Kodak is going to be gone for at least 2 years. At very bare minimum 2 years. He out of here. He out of here.
For some reason, I want to say it might be longer, just because I feel like there's a lot stacked against him.
Right. He going to have to plead down.
Yeah.
Like, just listening to the charges, that sound like 100 years. What did Ply Song say? Gave my dog 100 years. That's what that sound like. And the Georgia judges say, all day long. You going to be in there all day long. You going to have to plead down. You got to plead down.
Poor Kodak. I really want him to beat this because I used to be a huge
You was the one that's going to write him when
he
was in prison.
When he was originally in prison, I was about to be his pen pal. And, you know, then he dissed dark-skinned girls and dissed Wayne. And I just lost all type of respect. But now I really do want you to do better with your life. But you got to watch the crew that you keep.
Yeah.
That's literally the most important thing.
Remember what she said. If they have nothing to lose,
don't let them in.
Don't let them in.
In your bubble, in your circle, in a mile within you. Like, they don't need to be nowhere around you.
I had an intern get mad at me over that one time.
Why?
They brought someone with them to the radio station. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to get through the doors. And the person's smoking weed and drinking. Mm. And I'm like, yo, I got to put them out, but I'm going to put you out too.
You brought them.
Right, you brought him here. You let that person jeopardize an opportunity that you had. And that person had a nerve to get an attitude with me. I'm like, yo, you did this.
And this is a professional setting. Why would you do that?
You know, I think sometimes when we be talking, they be like, oh, it's cool. We can go there and drink, smoke.
They too cool.
Let me tell you, we in a little box in the corner, in a fishbowl. I'm telling you. People come here and be like, I thought y'all was like on top of like the 19th floor. And, nah, man. Right. The funniest thing is when black people come up here and they see the white people we work with.
What? White people work here?
And they whisper like they slaves.
God.
Hey, who is that? Oh, that's my coworker. White people work there too. Yeah.
I get that comment all the time. Like, wait, other people work there? Yes. Like, it's more them than it is us. Like, come on.
It's 4 of us in the back.
We got salespeople just like y'all do. Oh my goodness. Okay, last but not least, Blackish may be missing a character next season. So Tracee Ellis Ross is threatening to leave the show or make fewer appearances if she cannot get paid as much as Anthony Anderson. Now, she is right now currently renegotiating her contract, so hopefully they can get her what she's looking for, but if not, she will ultimately turn into a guest star on the show. And I'm like, she's the mom. How could she turn into a guest star? What, are they going to make them get divorced or something?
No, it'll probably do like what they did with Martin Gina. Remember that?
Yeah.
She'll get a job
she was
in another
always
city.
Like on vacation or traveling with her job where they just talk on the phone.
Or they can do it like they did dark-skinned Aunt Viv.
And just replace her?
Just replace it. Next thing you know, they'll have a dark-skinned mama.
No, they won't do this for the simple fact that they have really good on-camera chemistry.
Yeah, but they did on the Fresh Prince, too.
It don't matter. Man. They are really good. And Tracee Ellis Ross, became the first black woman in 35 years to win a Golden Globe because of this show.
It don't matter.
They have been nominated for Golden Globes, for Emmys. This show is doing amazing for ABC. They got to give her money that she's asking for.
We turned the TVs off one day, and Black Aunt Viv went to the bathroom. The next episode, Aunt Viv was light-skinned. And didn't get no explanation. Next time we heard from dark-skinned Aunt Viv was when she was beefing online with Jada Pinkett. And that was it.
They can't do that to her.
Okay.
They can't.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, Anthony Anderson is also an executive producer, so that could be why he has a higher paycheck than her, but hopefully it's not because of the male and female gender block that we have going on right now. But either way, those are your trending topics. Read about these stories on the website 1019online.com.
All right, we'll give a little tribute to Kodak Black, because I know some people kind of like, who is Kodak Black? Who is that guy? I'm sure you know this song we're about to play. This is him. It's 101.9 Kiss FM. Tunnel Vision, baby.
101.9 Kiss FM.